Get it back with CoQ Super Boost, just like thousands of satisfied Purity customers do each and every day. You'll see and, more importantly, feel the difference. This is not available in stores, and it's not available online at Purity's website. Only right here through this special offer. Limit of 1 free bottle per household. That toll-free number again, 1-800-713-6333. 1-800-713-6333. Call right now. Operators are standing by. The call is free. 1-800-713-6333. 1-800-713-6333.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement by Purity Products. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases.
WOKV-FM and WOKV-HD1 Atlantic Beach. Powered by New South Factory Direct Windows. Listen everywhere in the WOKV app. News 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station.
Touching down in Tokyo, I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. President Trump is in Japan where the red carpet has been rolled out for a state visit.
The First Lady and I are thrilled to be with you.
The president planning to hold talks with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Trade is expected to be discussed. The president hoping to ensure fairness and reciprocity.
Japan has had a substantial edge for many, many years, but that's okay. Maybe that's why you like us so much. But we'll get it a little bit more fair, I think. I think we'll do that.
So far, Japan has been spared crippling U.S. tariffs on imports of Japanese cars. Another focus of the four-day visit, North Korea and the regime's recent missile launches. Earlier today, before the president's arrival in Tokyo, National Security Advisor John Bolton said sanctions against North Korea must be kept in place. He called the North's recent missile tests a violation of UN Security Council resolutions. White House efforts to build more border wall halted by a federal judge. A ruling out of California blocks the Trump administration from using about $1 billion.
That money was to be tapped from other government sources. The ACLU filed a lawsuit to block some of the funding, saying the administration was going to illegally transfer money from military pension and pay funds. Earlier this year, Congress blocked funding for the wall. To get around that, President Trump made an emergency declaration to get about $8 billion from other agencies to fund the project.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. Parts of the nation's midsection could be in the path of more dangerous weather. Severe thunderstorms, torrential downpours, and isolated tornadoes are possible from western Texas to Missouri and Iowa. Meantime, in Missouri's capital city, cleanup continues from Wednesday's tornado. This is Fox News.
When you can't listen to News 104.5 WOKV on the radio, you can hear it everywhere you go when you download the WOKV app for your Apple or Android device.
I don't have to be at home to hear what's going on, especially the breaking news stories.
This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
Winn-Dixie has the hottest prices for your Memorial Day weekend. Build the ultimate burger with ground chuck for just $2.98 a pound in family-size Lay's chips or BOGO. Plus, you can pick up peaches for just 99 cents a pound. And when you round up your total to the nearest dollar at your local Winn-Dixie, you'll be supporting the families of America's heroes while shopping for yours. Now that's a win for your wallet and your community. Prices valid through May 28th with Winn-Dixie Rewards. See store for details.
Say hello to your new secret advertising weapon, your own branded mobile phone number. StarStar Mobile provisions vanity mobile numbers prefixed by StarStar, providing audiences an easy way to reach your business. Give it a try now by dialing StarStar Mobile from your mobile phone. That's StarStar Mobile. When prospective customers see your offline or online ad and they dial your branded StarStar Mobile number, StarStar Mobile helps to convert them through text, voice, and online communications. Give it a try now by dialing StarStar Mobile from your mobile phone. That's StarStar Mobile.
The Jacksonville Home and Garden Show is coming this Memorial Day weekend, Friday through Monday, to the Jacksonville Expo Center at the Fairgrounds. Enjoy free parking, sponsored by the Home and Garden Show. Find everything to remodel and update your home. Meet Jacksonville's top home improvement experts who can give you guidance and ideas. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at the Jacksonville Expo Center. Explore the finest exhibits featuring interior design, kitchens, baths, custom remodeling, Countertops, flooring, windows, siding, roofing, plus everything for your yard. Hot tubs, spas, screen enclosures, landscaping, plus much, much more. It's all here this Memorial Day weekend at the Jacksonville Expo Center. Get ideas, get free estimates, and get free advice on how to get started on those repair and remodeling projects at the Jacksonville Home and Garden Show this Memorial Day weekend, Friday through Monday only at the Jacksonville Expo Center, where parking is free.
I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
And I'm WOKV News Director Rich Jones.
We're preparing you for hurricane season with the First Alert Hurricane Expo.
We'll have the top 10 things you need to know to keep your home and your family safe.
Come to the First Alert Hurricane Expo, powered by Arlington Toyota, Saturday, June 8th from 9 to 2 at the Jacksonville Fairgrounds. American Electrical will be on site and giving away a free generator. Check out jaxhurricaneexpo.com for details. That's jaxhurricaneexpo.com.
Hi, this is Taylor Albright with J&M Roofing. You know us. We're the guys with the umbrella, and we've got you covered. Our roofers at J&M Roofing are Master Elite certified through GAF, which is the largest shingle manufacturer in North America. What does that mean to you? It means you can trust us to do your roof right and have the peace of mind that we're a long-standing business that will be here for the lifetime of your roof and beyond.
Find J&M Roofing online at jnmroofing.com. That's JANDM Roofing.com. And ask about our financing options.
The WOKV First Alert Forecast.
An eighth on the WOKV weather meter. As we go through your holiday weekend, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It's going to be a hot one, too. High temperatures in the lower to mid 90s today inland and near 90 all the way to the coast. We'll see a sea breeze kicking in and cooling you down at the beaches into the 80s. A lot of sunscreen needed, though. Mostly clear skies tonight, down into the upper 60s to low 70s, mid 90s on Sunday. With your First Alert Forecast, I'm Action News Jax meteorologist Garrett Biedenwall for News 104.5 WOKV.
Helping to make our community a better place. This is the WOKV Ask the Experts Weekend. Discussing things that matter most to you. Have a question? Have it answered by our local experts. Now, the Home and Garden Show with Wally Conway and Larry O'Neill on News 104.5 WOKV.
Good morning. Welcome to the Home and Garden Show. It is 6:06 on a beautiful Saturday morning in Jacksonville, Florida, the intergalactic headquarters of the Home and Garden Show. To our friends, to our fans, to our families, welcome back to the show. We have missed you. To those of you new to the show, here's who we are and what we do. Each and every Saturday, right here on News 104.5 WOKV. I'm joined by the big guy, Sasquatch, the Yeti, 6'6", 232 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, Mr. Larry O'Neill. You know Larry from his duties on TV. As the host of Larry's Garden, you've seen him about town landscaping. He's the tall, tall man in the small straw hat. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, certified master inspector from Home Pro Inspections. You've seen me on TV as the house detective and possibly about town if you spend time in attics and crawl spaces. Larry's job here on the show is to be sure your grass is green, your fruit is sweet, and your flowers forever in bloom. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, my job is to be sure your home is safe, secure, efficient, and forever a source of pleasure and pride. From time to time, Larry gets a house idea, I get a garden idea, and we mix it up in the middle. But what makes this show fun for us is you. Your thoughts, your calls, your commentary. 855-765-1045. I'll give it to you again slower. You can put it in your phone. It's good all the time. 855-765-1045. And a special shout out to our friends who are listening at WOKV.com or the live stream on Facebook or the YouTube live stream. We appreciate you from wherever in the world you are. And that number, toll free from everywhere, 855-765-1045. Sasquatch, large man, tell me the gardening adventures of the week.
There's a lot of adventures that are going on now. We're having a serious drought, so, if you're building a new house, you've got the irrigation plan in front of you and you're kind of getting some ideas, it really becomes noticeable now because we're having this drought that maybe you should divide your irrigation between your shrub borders and your grass.
Good plan.
And also dividing your shade zones between your sun zones. Because right now, you could practically, not change too much of the water requirements of your shaded St. Augustine areas or shaded zoysia areas, But now in the sun, they're going to need a lot of more water. So, it's very important to understand that when you're putting in a new irrigation system, if you're going to have some input and you're hiring someone to do it, making sure that they understand dividing the shade zones of your grass between the sun and the shade, getting those two zones on two different, working separately.
What's the consequence of overwatering in this hot shade?
Well, and the consequence of it is pretty serious, because the shade zones are going to get way too much water, okay? And that's going to cause fungus, root rot, all different kinds of issues. Overwatering, I would say, is worse than underwatering.
Sure.
Okay. So when you're having that done, separate the shade zones from the sun zones. It's very important. And plus, not only that, if you're running on city water, you're going to save a ton of money.
That's important.
You're going to be overwatering the shade zones, which don't need any more water. I mean, practically speaking, in the shade, the St. Augustine right now, even with a drought, doesn't need too much more water. Well, in the sun, it needs a lot.
Right.
So, and if you're dealing with zoysia lawns and you want to really say, I don't want to really water too much, you can let your zoysia lawn go without water for about 80 days.
Let it get a little crispy.
It's going to turn brown. Don't worry about it. It's going to turn brown. But as soon as it gets water again, it's going to green up. The difference between St. Augustine and zoysia is zoysia has a capability of going heat dormant because it has its structure underground versus St. Augustine will stay green longer, but when it goes, it doesn't have a heat dormancy.
Once it browns out, it's
dead.
Out.
It's dead.
Yeah.
You can have zoysia lawns go, completely brown out. If you're getting your zoysia lawn maybe a half an inch every couple weeks of water, it's going to survive. And then a little bit of fertilizer, it will green right up. And I got some good news.
What is it?
That this developed by Scott's Miracle Grow is a new St. Augustine grass. It's a derivative of Floratam. It's genetically altered.
What makes it special?
You can spray Roundup on it.
Why would I want to do that? Kill weeds.
Yeah, kill weeds. Yeah, because it's called Provista, and it's darker green, and it grows 40% slower. So you could mow your lawn, get the same growth out of that grass as you would get in 4 weeks that you would get in 1 week in your regular Floratam.
Yeah.
So it's about the same. So you can mow the lawn maybe once every 2 weeks, and you cut your mowing down. That means the lawn people aren't going to like it because they're going to only have to come every 2 weeks. And then the thing that always has plagued St. Augustine is torpedo grass and common Bermuda. Once you get that, it's yours to keep. But now with Provista St. Augustine, it's going to be able to take care of that.
Is it easy to get?
No, it's going to be a little more difficult to get, and of course, it's going to cost more money. You know what I mean? It's a licensed. All the new products are all going to be patented.
Sure.
And so they're going to have a lot of license to propagate and all this other things that they try to do to earn back what they've invested in. But it's a genetically altered, and also it grows more horizontal. So it's going to be more.
I mean, the runners are more aggressive?
More horizontal, yeah. Well, St. Augustine normally grows more vertical. It's a more vertical, upright grower. Well, the other grass is going to be more horizontal.
Has it got a nicer texture? I've never enjoyed the texture.
It's about the same texture, but it is much darker green. And requiring a lot less fertilizer. So I'd say probably around, it could go with 50% less fertilizer than St. Augustine. So
that starts to get rather cost effective. Less water, less fertilization.
And less mowing.
Less mowing.
So if you could practically have your guy come, if you didn't mind it getting a little long, maybe once every 3 weeks. So you could save, if you got a big lawn, you're saving $300 a month. So... And then the water's about.
How's it do in the winter?
It's a typical St. Augustine. Yeah, okay. It can get browned out. If we have a lot of.
What is the downside? Every time we, not just with plants, it's with everything. When we accentuate one particular aspect of it. Usually there's another downside. Is it maybe more
That's to be discovered.
Bugs, maybe?
No. It has the same type of bug problem and everything. It's not. The only thing it's going to add less fertilizer. Probably, I would say around 20, 30% darker green without any additional fertilizer. It is glyphosate tolerant. You got to use 41%. And it grows more horizontal, so it's more dense. And then less
What's your
mowing.
swag on the expense? 10%, 5%?
Probably going to be around 20% more.
20% more.
20% more, yeah. And it's going to be hard to get, so for a while, it's going to sell out. People, anything like new, just like when you have a new iPhone, remember the iPhones used to come out, you couldn't get one for a while, until.
So this, with it being a bit more rare, is it brought in from a different state or is it somewhere local? Or?
Yeah, well, no, it's not local. It's grown down south. Yeah. Grow down south at pretty good distance. So it's gonna be additional shipping and all that other stuff. But if you can control weeds, you can use less water, less mowing. It will definitely pay for itself. It's just like the difference between clay pavers and concrete pavers.
Right.
There are more additional costs up front, but the 10-year ownership, you're going to spend less on clay pavers, and they're going to
look better.
And they're going to look better. They're going to look better. No matter what you pour on maintenance on concrete pavers, they're not going to be as good as clay paver.
I wouldn't spend my money on concrete pavers.
Right, yeah, it's. I mean, I understand people buy it because it's a good application of color and that's what they like and all those other things. But in the practical sense, when you look at the dollars,
if you're getting in and getting out, you say, I'm going to get in the house this year. I'm out of here in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I talked to a guy who's a retired Army colonel. He says. He's around 80-something years old, once put a new driveway, and says, I don't have to worry about 10 more years.
Maybe he'll get lucky.
Just give me the concrete. I said, okay, I understand. You know what I mean? So, when I was planting redwoods, we used to plant a lot of redwood. And they said, well, that tree gets big, yeah. Yeah, about 1,000 years. You don't have to worry. You're not going to have to worry about that, sir. Let the next owner in 1,000 years worry about trying to take that thing down. But you're going to be good for the next 100 years. Okay.
So what else did you see out there interesting?
Well, a lot of things going on out there in shrubbery too. Yes, there's drought. People are trying to put more water on their plants, and so. But I've got a list of plants that of shrubs that you can get on no prune and also no water. The pittosporum is probably one of the most drought-resistant plants. In California, where I'm originally from, pittosporum is a great plant. Shrub doesn't, go 10 inches of rain there, and it's a tough plant. But I looked at pittosporum that we even took out a container, and the containers were completely dry. It's a great plant to plant once it gets established. It doesn't really need much water. And then the best one to grow, really, if you wanted to stay low and compact, more difficult to get to, is called a Wheeler's Dwarf. Only get around 2 feet tall, more spreading in a dark green. Really great plant. And then one of our native plants, Carissa holly, getting around 2 feet tall. Again, no water. And low prune. These are the ones that you're not going to have to manage with a lot of pruning. And then Elaeagnus. Now, Elaeagnus has got a bad reputation. You get those things.
What caused the bad reputation?
It grows like a mutant giant. You know what I mean? It grows fast. But if you get the glance,
why is that bad?
Well, because if you want to, it's probably more aggressive than viburnum, which grows about, during the summer. But if you get the Glen St. Mary compacta, which is a namesake of our own Glen St. Mary's area nursery, one of the oldest nurseries in the state of Florida, it's very slow growing, okay? And it needs no water. It doesn't need any water. Once you plant it, it can go without any irrigation. It can live on just these plants here. If you want to really make your landscape low water, it's the main thing is planting the right plants. And these plants right here are going to go with no water. You could run the water. Let's say we're having a drought and you want them to look is better than drought conditions. You can water them once every 3 weeks. A good watering every 3 weeks. On the watering, too, you want to make sure that you, on the water issues on this grass, because St. Augustine's really taking a beating now, is you want to keep your lawn mowed tall. You don't want to let it get any shorter than 4 inches. Let it grow a little bit more.
Make some shade for itself.
And also, the roots go deep. Okay, so, and then when you water it, you make sure you get a good amount of water on it, okay, because we're down to two days a week, which is...
Are there any irrigation controllers that measure the water by volume of water rather than just time?
Yeah. There's you have irrigation. You have a rain sensor. You can put a rain sensor. There's a moisture sensor.
But if I said in this particular area, based on its square footage and what I've got there, I need.
Well, you know how many gallons?
900 gallons.
You know how many gallons a minute you're putting out on the heads. Okay, you say you're putting out 3 gallons a minute. You put out how many gallons you put out,
and then you got
how many gallons how many square feet it's covering, and then you can figure it out.
I was real involved at one point.
But there is systems you can put on an expense. You can tell how many gallons you need to put out there.
The Water Smart system.
Right.
We were involved in that about 10 years ago, and everything was in gallons, not in time.
Right.
How many heads? What's the area? What do we need?
Right. That is a better way to do it.
So even if the homeowner didn't do it, you would think the irrigation contractor, landscape contractor, as they're designing the system, is thinking about water distribution, not just time.
Right. Yes, that is a good point. Absolutely.
It's 6:20 here at News 104.5 on Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping right to your calls at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. Right back.
Connect to WOKV with one simple phone call. Grab your cell phone and dial *1045. That's *1045. We'll send you a link to listen live. Download the app, check the radar, and much more. This is where Jacksonville turns first for news, weather, and traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
Wally Conway here, Mr. Home Inspection from Home Pro Inspections with important information about home warranties. At Home Pro Inspections, we have always recommended that every home buyer had a home inspection and a home warranty. It's much like having a physical exam and health insurance. They work together to protect you. Until now, I have never referred or endorsed a home warranty company because, truthfully, they were all about the same. They were only good for 12 months, they had a long list of coverage exclusions, and they denied pre-existing conditions. The most comprehensive home warranty in America is now available in Jacksonville, covering items denied by others, including water softeners, well pumps, alarm systems, and there's no extra charge for multiple heat pumps or water heaters. When Home Pro inspects your home, the warranty is extended to 18 months of coverage at no extra charge. There's no better inspection and warranty package in America. For details and to order your home warranty, visit GoHomePro.com, GoHomePro.com, or